Live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is the AT&T American Cup. Mustafa of Germany, of Russia, with a 15.766, walks right through a door that was opened by the fall of an American, Jordan Weiber. NBC Sports presents the 2011 AT&T American Cup, the most important annual international gymnastics event on American soil. Today we're on the northeast coast of Jacksonville, Florida, the Sunshine State's largest city. Come on inside to the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where 16 of the best gymnasts in the world have come together to decide an all-around champion in a tradition that goes back to 1976. A couple of years ago, at the age of 13, Jordan Weiber, in the first major event after the Beijing Olympics, won this American Cup. And now, after one rotation, she has the lead, and with some controversy, is part of this field. We'll get to that later. On the vault, she rocked it. This is Al Troutwig, Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, and Andrea Joyce. What did you see?
It was phenomenal. This vault, the hardest being done in the competition and the best performed by far.
Doesn't get any better than that. What a start.
So the standings after round one put Jordan Weiber right at the top. She's 15, which is a perfect age considering the Olympics are a year away. Her lead over Mustafa of Russia, who's a little bit of a diva, as Tim Daggett and Elfie Schlegel will explain. And then another American.
And Mustafa, she is the reigning queen of gymnastics. She won the all-around title at the 2010 World Championships. And the primary reason was because of her vaulting. She had that same vault that we just saw from Jordan Weiber.
She is artistic. She has the skills, but so does this young lady. Much improved, especially here on the uneven bars.
And watch these two skills. I've never seen this performed by a woman before.
Very cool.
They're called Weiler kips. Kind of men's gymnastics. That's, you know, where everything started. Here's her first release. Major. Oh, gosh. And that right there. That's catastrophic.
The full-point deduction.
And so uncharacteristic. Wow. Frankly, I don't know why she missed the bar. She was close enough. You know, maybe sometimes what can happen is you're thinking a little bit ahead and you haven't finished the element completely. Big dismount.
Beautiful.
Well, let's say this, Tim. The Olympics is always the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Moments ago, they just introduced the 1996 gold medal winning team. Then about a minute and a half ago, they said loudly, we're coming on live on NBC, and she's standing there waiting to go. And you throw all that together, and it's a cauldron of pressure.
This is her first senior competition, the official.
So she does this in combination. She'll do this major release. It's called a reverse hecht. And frankly, her hands,
she was there.
Yeah, but just not quite all the way around the bar. A little far, but geez, she should have been able to hold on to that.
I think so.
Welcome back to Jacksonville, Florida. You're looking at Mustafa of Russia. She is the latest in the long line of Russian gymnastics stars. She is the reigning world champion. She is being nudged here by Jordan Weiber of the United States. We'll explain the inner workings of that. But after Weiber fell on the uneven bars a few minutes ago, she has to feel like a door is opened, and so too maybe Raisman of the United States. We'll see how it plays out as the women are on the uneven bars, and Raisman is thinking about what's possible here today in Jacksonville, Florida. Say this about the American women. They are very, very good at hiding their expressions. Tim Daggett, what have you seen from her so far?
Well, she's been great. Started on vaulting, very difficult vault, not as hard as we saw from Weiber or Mustafa, but executed extremely well. And on the uneven bars.
Well, Allie's one of those team players. She's an athlete that can get the job done. Unfortunately, on this apparatus, a few technical errors there, but just not as difficult. But again, she hits her routine. She does her job.
We'll see how the scores break out as Mustafa is in this second group. 8 women, 8 men. The men right now are on the vault, and they're scoring high. Philip Boy of Germany got a 16.1. Jake Dalton of the United States got a 16.066. And right now from the Australian gymnastic team, Raisman Mitchell.
It's Lauren, the most successful Australian gymnast in at last year's World Championships, won a gold medal on floor exercise. She said it was a wow moment for her, but it also was a wonderful moment for Australian gymnastics. She said, I think we made it.
Actually, strangely, she started very weak on the vault, capable of doing a much harder vault, and didn't do it, so she's down a little bit in the standings.
This, of course, not her strength.
And once again, wow, this American Cup, it has been fall central.
I think surprisingly on vault, just a couple of athletes that were able to run down that runway and put together a decent vault. We've seen some very simple skills being performed.
Yeah, I don't get it. You know, she actually looks nervous, and you know, she's too experienced and too good to get nervous in a situation like this. I don't know.
For a lot of the European athletes and athletes like Raisman Mitchell from Australia, this is the jump start of their season, a very long season of World Cup events.
But not good at all.
No, she won't be happy.
Yeah, you fall once again, a full point off. Saw that from Jordan Weiber. And she just loses control of this handstand position, goes way too early, and there is no way that she can recover.
Cup. Like Nadia and Mary Lou Retton, Carly, Nastia, and Mustafa wants to be on that list simply because it's the next great thing that she can do.
And you know, she was compared to one of the greats from Russia, to Svetlana Horkina, and they said, how do you compare to her? And point blank, she said, I have no idols, and I never have.
It's shocking. It is so shocking, because what I always admired about Russian athletes is they remember the greats in their own country. They can whip off names like no other. They see them every day in their gyms, but she will not admit to any.
Tim, what have you learned over the years about champions who see someone ahead of them fall, like Weiber did?
Well, it emboldens them, without a question. The great ones. My expectation is she'll be as good as she can be right here.
She has incredible mental toughness.
Very tricky element. She has struggled on this all week.
She's on.
Can't tell you how many times she missed the bar in training, but it was like I knew that. Very great combination.
Exquisite work.
This is gigantic.
Oh,
super hard dismount.
She's artistic, she's athletic, and she's tough.
First time she smiled all day.
Yeah.
You cannot teach that.
No.
She just has it.
I tell you, though, she drives that man right there, Alexandrov, crazy. He said it has been such a wild ride. It took so much talking, so much convincing. He said it has been so hard, and he expects it to not get any easier.
Working with women.
I'm glad you said that, Alfie. We'll get Mustafa to score in a moment, but a world champion comes through with a big performance far from home.
Mustafa was put in a room with another foreign athlete. They were not happy in any way. He came to me and he said, Jordan Weiber, she's not old enough. She's not 16 years. She wasn't in the World Championships. You need to do something about it. And I said, I'm NBC. Alexander, I'm NBC.
Elfie, quick thought on Jonathan Horton going to make this a three-peat. Try to win this event 3 times as you look at Weiber getting set to mount the balance.
Well, he certainly wants to make it a three-peat, and for Jonathan, he said even with the 2.5 months off, and he's only had 2 weeks of training, what his goal is, he still sees Kohei Uchimura, who is the world champion. He knows what score he scored at the World Championships, and if he's nowhere near there, that he won't be happy even if he wins this American Cup.
Okay, now over to the balance beam. One of the signature shots of the American Cup with the huge American flag behind Jordan Weiber.
And this will be interesting to see how she can rebound here.
Well, she has a packed set of difficulty. It just never stops. Lots of combinations on balance beam that we'll be seeing from the women. What she just performed, but like I said, she has some difficult skills, and they come even right to the very end before the dismount.
You know, she told me that when she won at 13 as a junior gymnast competing against seniors, she said it wasn't pressure, but with Mustafa here, it's a whole different story.
But at the same time, she was extremely thrilled to be on the stage with her. She watched her at the World Championships. She knows exactly what she's all about, and she's been sizing her gymnastics up with Mustafa.
But this is the way she does gymnastics. Watch this big.
It's beautiful. And Tim, that's right at the end of her routine. I think that's a strategic plan.
This is the Jordan Weiber we know from competition. A fierce competitor. Huge difficulty.
Beautiful.
And phenomenal performance.
She is for real.
That was phenomenal. Wow.
Well, the fall that she had on uneven bars wasn't because she was out of shape. They come into this competition being extremely fit. And this skill.
One-handed back handspring right into a layout step out. Beautiful.
Nice combination. Shoulders, hips have to be in line with that 4-inch balance.
He's good.
Leah Mustafa, first place after the second rotation, getting set to mount the balance beam.
She was not just in first place, but she was crushing the competition by just about 1.5 points. You know, she won 5 medals at the last World Championships. She won 2 gold and 3 silvers. She made the event finals on balance beam. She said it. Someone asked her any disappointments, and she said, certainly. I fell on balance beam. I should have gotten a medal on there, too.
Love her presentation into her turns. Very difficult double turn.
Oh, boy. And talk about a veteran. Here's the skill that she fell on at the World Championships that bobble will hurt her, but not a disaster. She held on to that there, but she was actually supposed to do a combination out of it. Beautiful, just the choreography.
Well, she has so many years of ballet training behind her, about 12 years, which means that she started when she was about 3 years old, 4 years old. But you can see it in her training. Very exact positions, very beautiful positions, especially in those turns. Nice combination here, taking a lot of risk, changing direction.
You look at what she's wearing on her feet, a little unorthodox. Gives her a little bit of support and also a little padding because, you know, the beam is not well padded. There's a lot of pounding.
Big dismount here, planning a triple twist in combination. Different from the World Championships.
She's going to be close to overtime here. And she is. That will be a deduction. Not huge, but that step was.
She needed that. I think that was strategic in her mind because she had been having trouble with that dismount in training.
Without question, Jordan Weiber should inch a little bit closer to Mustafa now, but